Identity shifting. This is a very powerful concept. But before I get into it, if you don't know me, my name is David Martinez. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I talk about all things, but in this season of life, especially when we're in this winter, we're talking about self-improvement and how to level up your life. And there's nothing like leveling up your life than identity shifting, okay? And it really just boils down to this. If there's some version of you that you aspire to be, what you do is maybe you get a piece of paper, you draw the picture. Draw a picture of that person, what he's doing or she's doing, if you're a lady, and the lifestyle habits that they have, the thought patterns, the non-negotiables, the systems, everything that you can think of, the clothing they wear, how they carry themselves posturally, right? What they look like, are they fit, that kind of thing. Lay it all out. And then what you do is you use a tool like ChatGPT and you say, hey, I want to instill the habits of this person. And you lay out everything that you drew, everything that you listed. And now ChatGPT will give you ways in which you can start implementing the habits and thoughts and said things that I probably missed so that you can assume that version of yourself. And it takes that amount of time, right? I mentioned in my last video that I was getting into trading. I took a course on it, and now I feel like I have a really good idea about the markets, and I did some practice market analysis today, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to see the results of it, whether I got it right or wrong. And if I got it right, awesome. If I didn't, well, then I'll have some feedback in order to say, oh, I missed that part of the candlestick or something like that. So now I understand where the liquidity really is and therefore where the market's going to go. And part of that just had to do with setting aside the time to learn the craft, learn what a stop loss is, learn what a take profit is, learn what a market order is, a limit order, learning what a fair value gap is, buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, the list goes on, right? And I realized that once I was immersing myself in it, I was on my way to becoming a trader. And I have a demo account now, going to start using it. We're going to make mistakes, but you know what? We're going to learn from them. And I can call myself a trader sometime soon, probably now, right? Much in the same way that I can call myself a YouTuber now, because I have had now 20 videos on this channel and I have ceased not to upload consistently. And, you know, that was a decision that I made in a snap of a finger. It was, okay, I'm going to create YouTube videos. I'm going to record myself doing this. I'm going to edit it and I'm going to upload it. And that's it, right? I wasn't thinking about the setup. I wasn't thinking about what people thought. I just thought, okay, the future version of me that I want to be is someone who creates content so that the content can inspire and help people. And here I am talking to you. And then even before that, right, that version of me was fit, right? And all it took was for me to be like, okay, I'm going to eat this food. I'm going to have standards for what I eat. I'm going to have standards for what I do for 2 to 3 hours in the gym. And I'm going to stay consistent and I'm going to be patient. And now, given over a year, and my progress is undeniable, right? People would be like, oh yeah, you definitely lift. You definitely are active, you know? And at some point, the fruits will be so obvious that people will be like, yeah, you've changed. That is what happens when you shift your identity, right? And so it is easier said than done, okay? not going to mince words with you, to have shifted from just eating burgers every day to then now cooking my own meals and eating them for almost a year now. Getting up in the morning to go to the gym, and now recording YouTube videos regularly, editing them, scheduling them to be uploaded. And now I have to practice trading, whether that's being in MetaTrader 5 or just spending time on TradingView, learning how to identify certain PD arrays. It was because I made that decision of, I'm going to shift my habits and my priorities to this. And the only person that's stopping you from doing that is you, right? And so that's the video. Just wanted to leave that little nugget. Maybe you have that version of you in your head that you aspire to be. And I'd say in pretty much most cases, it is possible. You just have to reverse engineer that person's habits and thoughts and all that, the character, right? And now we have tools like AI to take it to the next level. We don't have to guess anymore. And so I challenge you, if you're watching this, and if there's that person in your head that you want to be, shift your identity so that you become that person in due time, right? In some ways it happens instantaneously because you just, bam, like you have that mentality, but then comes the real task of living that out. And then with time, the results are inevitable. So I'll leave this video here. I hope it was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.